Welcome back to the Uncommon Report, episode 16. Nice to meet you. Stay tuned. We're going to check out some tunes right now. We're going to get in the vibe. We're going to bring everybody on in. So just listen in.
Yeah,
I love you, PaPi.
surfer. I know. Hold on. Been a long time coming, nigga, for real. Listen. Why would I ask you to walk a mile in my shoes, knowing that you would lose? Setting you up for something that you probably would never do. Talking that talk cool, but that walk is posting the truth. Standing firm on your code and not looking for an excuse. And yeah, everybody ain't gonna view the same views, live by the same rules, and step with the same moves. But listen, everybody ain't in position to choose. Some people rhyme for you off the script for y'all being cool, making their people pages for making sure people straight. For you it was yesterday while we searching for an escape. But nah, it ain't your fault and ain't asked you to take blame. You just thought it was cool to be running around claiming game. We get it. Two for certain and one for sure thing. The meaning of loyalty is the same and it can't change for real. It ain't gonna cost you a thing to keep it real unless your dog goddamn it commissary looking slim. Or he got him a bond and you're shaking something for him and he ain't even have to ask. That's your man's off rip. And nah, it ain't your charge and you ain't obligated, dog. Your real probably came short. Or your profit money gone. You probably got bills to pay. Or your cocky couldn't know. But your dog ain't even tripping. Just give him a little talk. I don't think you could be taught to live by them real laws. Keep an eye for the ones that didn't answer your phone calls. Or the one that call you dog will be wanting your lady draws. The one you keep in your mix, pillow talk on your lady phone. I'm serious. If you quiz them, everybody be the realest. Know the right thing to say. Hard as fuck for them to live it. Explain how this your nigga.
We got to cut that short because we ain't want to give you too much. But that is the sounds that you hear from one of our guest artists on the line tonight. It has been a blessing and a journey to get to this spot, to get to this place, get to this space. We are here live with the Uncommon Report podcast. For the people that is chiming in, hit me with some comments. Let me know where you from. Talk to me. Talk back to me. I want to see those comments. Drop where you're from right now in the comments. Okay, we got some SC. All right. That's what I like. All right. Hello from Texas. What's happening? We got Maestro from the mud. What's good? What's good, good peoples? All right. All right. I like that. I like that. So, as you can see, our reach and our wings are spreading. You know what I'm saying? We got people all the way from Texas chiming in, letting us know where they from. We got some elated guests on the line tonight. First off, we got Lace the Hands. Second off, we got G-Lo PaPi. Third off, we got Conscious, the SC resident. I'm gonna bring them in to the view, and y'all talk to them. What's good? What's good, good peoples? How y'all doing tonight?
What's up, man? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
If you're muted, unmute yourself. How y'all doing?
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
What's going on,
Ah,
man? Hold on.
big facts. Yo, so the first things first, you know what I'm saying? We just tuned in to none other than our brother, Mr. G-Lo PaPi, you know what I'm saying? He tapped in with the true colors.
Know
Talk to the
that,
people, man. Let them know what's good.
man. You know it's Mr. Hold On, Big Four Way, man. Big Four, man. That True Colors, man. It's off that shake back season. Just dropped that in February. If you ain't get it yet, I advise you to go listen to that. For real.
Absolute. And we got Lace the Hands.
What's going on, y'all? What's happening? What's happening? I hope y'all having a great day. Today is, and I'm excited because it's almost time for Thursday, and I just know y'all better be ready for a treat because it's gonna be a treat. You got 3 heavy hitters on this joint, so y'all have no excuse to not be there. So you need to be
Get
there.
it.
Already. And we got Conscious in the house. What's good? Talk to the people, man.
Yo, what up? How everybody doing, man? Nice to meet you out now on all platforms, man. If you ain't got it, you need to go get that. I'm telling you, it's album of the year. We just doing it big, man. What's up?
Hold on.
That's right. And they already dropped the big bag on you, you know. This Thursday, we got something special for you guys. If you didn't know, you should know because Common Ground is still growing up one mic at a time. This Thursday at Vibes 843, we will have the Nice to Meet You listening party featuring Conscious, Lace the Hands, and PaPi. So if you ain't with it, you need to get with it and get in tune to where we're gonna be at. Um, let me start this joint off by a few questions. Because each and every one of you guys are phenomenal artists. I must give my snaps and my claps because you guys really put in the work, you put in the drive, you put in the strive, you put in the efforts, and you guys are doing what it is that it needs that needs to be done as artists to get the momentum rolling. So first off, let's go with Lace. We're gonna go with Lace. Let me talk to you for a second because your name is unique. Not too many
Yeah.
people got this name. I don't think nobody got this name. You know what I'm saying? So that definitely shows me that you're one of a kind. You're one of a kind. So tell us about the name first off. How did you get the name?
Well, growing up, my mom used to always, call me hands and this and that and the third because of my hands being utilized in just in several ways in music, in musicality. So, long story short, in 2014, for those who do not know, I was selected to be a part of VH1's Drumline a New Beat, and I had to go down to Atlanta and do the whole audition process, everything like that. And that everything went great with that. So when I got back from filming, and I was attending South Carolina State at the time, in the bachelor's program there, and when I got back on campus, I would be in the calf, and a lot of the football players. Matter of fact, I remember specifically one of their names was Xavier Quick. Shout out to you, Xavier. Um, Xavier Quick. He would be like, "Hey, can I get an autograph?" And I didn't know him, and I'm like, I'm looking at all these people, funny, like y'all, what y'all on? Because I'm humble. I'm not the type to be on, the cocky tip. So he was like, I just want a picture with the hands. I just want to this and that, the third with the hands, autograph. Then one of my professors started saying the hands. And so everybody was on this the hands tip because in the movie I was her stunt double and I did all of her playing for her. And so it just was one of those things where I just used that as my brand. I was like, this works. I was like, I love that. So I was like, I'm gonna make it stick because I was going by Lace Marie for the longest. Then it was this thing of, well, you got Tina Marie, Tierra Marie, Sheila E. So I'm like, everything sounds too similar. I want something that makes me stand out. Like nobody else would be called this. So I was like, Lace the Hands. And I was like, how could I market it? Everything I do is musical. I use my hands to do everything that I do musically. So I just let that sit. And so that's how you got Lace the Hands.
Okay, all right, all right. So that's how you got the name. But
Mm-hmm.
what was it that inspired you to pursue a career in music, or what what initiated that spark for the music?
It's a God-given talent. My grandmother prophesied before she passed away back in '97.
Hmm.
And she said, my name will be seen in lights, everything like that. People in my family, they were like, well, grandma said this, mama said this, but it was one of those things
Okay.
where once everybody noticed it, it was like, okay, wait a minute. So I was at the age of 2 and people put, no, I actually went to the cabinets at the bottom and I pulled out pots and pans. Started beating on pots and pans. That became a thing by the age of 5. I had an electrical drum set. And when I turned 7, my parents bought me a real drum set. And mind you, I had never had any lessons. Nobody in my family plays drums, nothing like that. I walked in and I just sat at the drum set and I started playing. My dad asked me, how did I know how to play? And I'm like, I looked at him and I was like, I can hear it. So that's how they knew I played by ear. So it's like ever since I've been a kid, music has just been embedded into me. It's just one of those things. I just love music. I grew up watching VHS tapes of Prince sitting in front of it, emulating what Sheila E was doing. what Prince
Mm-hmm.
was doing. I mean, you name it, every single day. When Drumline came out, the first one in 2002,
Right.
I sat down every day and emulated and memorized every single word, every single beat, every single flash. I mean, you name it. I was like, man,
The
I want to meet
cadence.
Nick Cannon one day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is back in 2002 now, so I'm like in elementary, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta meet Nick Cannon because I'm like, wow, because I thought he did all the playing, and then here it was in 2014. 12 years later, I'm like, yo, and then Nick Cannon comes walking up with Billy Woodruff, and he walks up with him, and he's like, yo, it's nice to meet you, and I'm sitting at Atlanta's football field on the bench, and I'm literally looking over. So I'm not starstruck, but I'm looking at the fact that Nick Cannon just walked up with Billy Woodruff, and I'm just from Florence. So I'm like, ain't no way Nick Cannon standing right here talking to me. And so he reached out, shook my hand. So that's when I knew like everything paid off. And I was like, yeah, this music stuff, I gotta keep it pushing. Like I love
Right.
music. Everything I do is musical. I can't do nothing that's not musical. It's gotta be
Well, let
musical.
me let me let me pinpoint something because I think it's very interesting um, that your faith plays a great deal into your music and your art. Is that correct?
Yeah, you could definitely say that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one thing about God I realize is if it's for you, it's for you. Like there's no shaking it. You can't shake it off your back, you know what I'm saying? You can't shake it out your hands, you can't shake it out your vocal box. Like if it's for you, you're gonna talk about it and you're gonna perform the action as well. So I'm sitting here and I'm pinpointing this timeline from the time that your grandmother prophesied to you, and
Mhm.
then you actually going into I think it was elementary school and actually starting a drum line.
Yes, North Vista Elementary.
Right, right.
Mm.
So you actually started drumline, and one of your favorite movies was called Drumline, and
Yep.
then you transition in your latter years to actually being on that drumline as far as an actor or musician for the movie, correct?
Yep.
If I don't know who God is, I mean that sounds like God to me.
Yeah,
It sounds like God to me. So tell us about the experience. A little bit more about the experience whenever you was on drumline a new beat.
well, when I went down there, it was crazy how the whole thing happened. Long story short, someone contacted me, and I kept me being tagged in the post about the audition process for Drumline New Beat. Me being me, I'm like, I'm not doing all of that. All that stuff is rigged up. They gonna have
Hmm.
their favorites. They gonna pick who they want to pick. I'm like, and then I'm from Florence, South Carolina. They ain't gonna pick me. You know what I'm saying? They don't look at us down here. So he was like,
Can
well,
anything
I want
good
to go.
come from out of Florence?
He said, what now?
Can anything good come from out of Florence?
But see, that's the thing. A lot of great people are in Florence. It's just that the
Right.
industry does not make it a thing to look at our area. So again,
Hmm.
at this time, doubting myself based off of what we don't receive as South Carolinians, no matter which part of South Carolina you're from, we're always the underdogs. So
Right.
I'm still sitting here doubting myself, and I'm just like, nah. So he like, hey, I'm gonna go audition for this movie Drumline. It came to me like 3 times, no lie, 3 different occasions, 3 different times. Somebody tagged me in the post. Somebody came up to me talking about the post, and I got the phone call. Hey, you want to ride out me to Atlanta? I'm going to audition for this movie named Drumline, a new beat. And I'm like, what is up with this thing? I'm like, nah, I'm not. I'm not on that. And so he like, well, just ride me. I'm like, all right, cool. So I waited. Some things didn't work out, and then I was on the phone with Chubb. Chubb was the stunt double for Nick Cannon in the first movie, who worked at South Carolina State for a little bit as a percussion instructor. He called me. He was like, please tell me you're already here in Atlanta. I'm like, no. So I'm sitting in my couch, on my couch here at the house. And when he was talking to me on the phone, in my other ear, because I always had this thing like, walk by faith, not by sight. I'm like, I hear that, but what is that? Like, how can I trust what I just solely cannot see? That's weird to me. At the time, that's what I'm saying. I said this,
Hmm.
some time prior to this time in the now of that moment. And at that time when he was on the phone talking to me, I had the phone in my right hand, my left ear. I legit heard a man's voice. There was no man sitting by me. My dad was asleep in the room, in the other room. So I'm like, I know I ain't tripping. So I heard that same voice again tell me get up and go. And I got scared, not even gonna lie, because I was just like, it was a real deep voice. It was very assertive. And I was like, what the heck? Okay, I got to find a way to go. The car that we had at the time was not in good condition. Couldn't trust it on the interstate. So we just like going off and winging the prayer. So we get down there. It was Mother's Day weekend. We did not have a place to lay our head. It's funny because now it's about to be Mother's Day. So coming up now,
Exactly.
coming up on another anniversary of it. So I'm going down there and it's 4 hours to get to Atlanta. It's already 12 in the morning. Because I already told them I was like, I'm not coming. 12 in the morning, we booking it trying to get there. No hotel room. So no place to wash up. I was straight up like, yo, it don't matter. Like, I love music. So I go in Lithonia bathroom, the McDonald's bathroom in Lithonia, Georgia. And I literally pray to God nobody walks in. And I'm in there, like, washing important areas on me just to, I'm taking a little bird bath just to try to clean up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in there pretty much half naked, like in there getting dressed. You know what I'm saying? So I do that. Nobody comes in, thank God. We end up going to the place. I audition. It was like 300-400 people in there auditioning. I'm like, oh, I know I ain't about to make this thing now. So, so I go in there. I had no prepared piece because, like I said, I was just going to ride with him, but he didn't come pick me up. I had no prepared piece. You're supposed to have 2 different pieces to audition. Nothing. I went there empty handed. All I had was my drumsticks and a strap and a snare drum. That was it. I go in there and no lie, I stepped on the stage. Everything came to me like clockwork. It didn't look like I was rambling or nothing. And then I made the cut for the first day. Second day came around, I had to go up there and we had to do another piece. And I went up there and I was like, I'm just going to come up here. So everybody watched and then they let the parents and stuff come in that day. So it gets to the result time and they're announcing who's going home. So like, all right, so if I call your number, because we had this little index cards, like if I call your number, you'll move to this side of the room. They call people numbers. And no lie, they called all those people's numbers and it was like, thank y'all so much for coming out. We appreciate y'all. If we have any further events, we'll let y'all know. I lie to y'all not. It had to be like about 200, 250 people like sitting, going home. And I'm like, what the heck? So I'm thinking they about to do a whole nother cut. And I'm like, well, I know I'm about to get cut because I'm from South Carolina. We don't get opportunities. So I'm sitting there waiting on my little number to get called, to get cut. My number was 80I. And then when they said they would call another set of numbers. And so they ended up saying, if I call your number, you move to this side of the room. They called another set of numbers. Then my number still ain't called. So I'm in the last little straw. They call, and they finally say 80I. So I go to that part. So they were like, congratulations. You guys have now made the final cut for Drumline and New Beat. I'm still sitting there like, oh, well, let me go and get my stuff so I go ahead to the house. Still sitting there like, nah, this ain't it. I'm not even, I'm so used to telling myself like, no, we don't get those opportunities, which is bad. But at the time I'm just, delirious, like, no, this ain't true. Then they came to me and they were like, you're going to be on the Atlanta A&T's drum line. And they on Morris Brown's drum line. So I'm like, oh,
Right.
okay. In my mind, like, I hear y'all, but I know I'm about to go to the house, so it don't matter. So then they came to me personally and were like, hey, there's an opportunity on the table for you. We notice your complexion matches Alexandra Ships. She's gonna be playing playing snare in the movie. The thing is, if you don't want to be her stunt double, you have to play another instrument. I play snare. Everybody know me for snare. I can play all the instruments, but I love my snare. And so they were like, well, if you sign up to be her stunt double, that means you do all the playing for her. You playing all your original compositions. You can make up whatever you want to make up. Everything you have total rights to. You get paid the most amount because you're her stunt double. I'm sitting there like elated, like ain't no way these people saying this to me. Immediately everything starts, and then it started kicking in. I'm walking on set and I'm meeting the director that directed dang on all the Honey movies, like Stomp the Yard, all that kind of stuff. Billy Woodruff, and I'm like, what the heck? Like we get special treatment, special food, and I'm sitting there like, there's no way I made it. Like I was questioning everything.
But see, so for me, it's like you believe within your heart, but you didn't necessarily tap all the way into it because you still was struggling with the fact that you made it.
Yeah.
It seems like you you knew it was for you, but you couldn't believe that it was happening. You couldn't believe the manifestation
Correct.
because at the time period, everything seemed so wrong. And I believe that if we all take a slight snippet, right,
Mm-hmm.
from just that outlook is no matter what the situation looks like, continue to believe and work towards because faith without the works, you put in the work. You went there with a car that couldn't work all the way just to make it there. But yet you still did. And that's the tenacity that we need in order to survive and thrive out here. When it comes to this music realm, this artistry realm. Um, so continue that. Don't stop it. Don't drop it. Because if you do, you definitely will flop it. And those just little, what I'm saying, little bars. But at the end of the day, your faith fail you not. And I want you to keep going and keep enduring because there's a whole lot more. That's almost like even though you was in a movie and whatnot, that's still a preview to really what God really wants to do for your life. But
Yeah.
I appreciate you executing that faith though.
Yeah.
Faith without the works is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm that type of person, like if I hear go, you can ask me why I'm gone. It don't matter what is on the plate. I don't care. Like I will go to get it done because I understand like I'm in this vein, I'm in this space, I'm in this place for a reason. And if I got to get it out the mud, by all means necessary, I will.
Mm-hmm.
I will. I will. Definitely so. G-Lo, let's talk to the people, man. Let's transition a little bit to G-Lo because this is another young brother right here
What's
who
happening?
has definitely got it out the mud. G-Lo PaPi, man, what's good, bro?
So, yeah. What's happening, man? What's
Absolutely.
going on?
We doing good out here, man. We doing good. Let me talk to you for a quick second, man. You heard how Lace, she said, "Hey, I know this thing for me. I'm getting ready to go. But I know that you automatically out top. You know what I'm saying? You'll
Yeah,
go get a 1,000. So tell me about
yeah.
how the music
I got
started
to,
in
man.
your life and how you actually got in go mode for the music.
Man, it's a lot of people coming up. I done heard interviews or whatever. Got a lot of the same similar stories that I'm about to say. Like, you know what I mean? Growing with grandma, forced to go to church, forced to be on the choir. You know what I'm saying? I also played the drums in the middle school, but that's because I couldn't goddamn play football that year. So I did the drums and I liked that. You know what I mean? So I always been a rhythm and like nigga. You feel me? It's just in me. I love to I move. I love to it makes sense in the music way. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yes,
just me,
sir.
dog. But music came about like rapping. It's always been in my family, like family gatherings. They singing church songs, the whole room clapping, singing. You know what I mean? My uncle Ralph them rap. They came up hearing that. My oldest cousin, he really got down. He was the one that really made me write first song because they linked up on my grandma porch. Him, his dope TV, all them boys, DJ Sparta. You know what I'm saying? They all on my grandma porch doing their thing. I was just sitting there around cuz, you know what I mean? So that's just what I was on. A lot of my cousins rap. It's just something in my family. My cousins sing. It's just something we do. My
So
mama
music in
love
the
music. You know what I'm
bloodline for
saying? You
you.
can't play no music around her without ain't it? Hitting the dance move. So it's just something that I took on and I ran with it. After I wrote my first song, I ran with it. And that's just what it is. That's how that came
Okay,
about.
all right.
I like
Okay.
that.
I like that. I like that because you understand that music is not just something that you do, but it's in your blood. You know what I'm saying? This in your lineage. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So when you talk like that,
Yeah.
it makes me think going backwards to the grandma aspect, because they said her grandma did the same thing for her. I'm sorry, but your grandmother did the same thing for you. She inspired you
Yeah.
and provoked that gift that was within inside of you, right? All them
Oh, she
nights that you
definitely
was
put it
going
in.
to
She part of it, even though it was
right. So tell us about one night where you didn't want to go, but God actually did something greater in your life when it came to the music. When you didn't want to go to that church service and play them
you.
drums.
Oh, I ain't play the drums at church, but it been plenty nights I ain't wanted to go. You gotta think about them revives. We got that New Year's, you bring it in New Year's, it been plenty nights. We ain't had to do that. You ain't want to do it. So I mean, but still had to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Respect, respect. Okay, so if you was to describe your style that you have, right? What would your musical style be? What would you closely relate your musical style?
Well, a lot of people related me to Ti, the younger him, and I speak that real. But when you ask me,
I
I
love
like to
that.
take whichever way it can go. You know what I mean? Whichever way I can take it,
Hmm.
whatever way that beat take me, I'm gonna try to do it. I didn't try to sing.
Absolutely.
I have people sing for me that I wrote. I spit that, whatever way I feel that beat make me feel, I'm gonna go with it. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really putting no limit on it, no label on my style, but do love that real, that southern, that reality rap, like the younger Ti
Yes.
would do. You feel me? I
Yes.
do rock with that.
And that's crazy that you say that, because some of the first songs that I heard, I said, yo, bro really got that twang, like he from the A, like he been really in tune
Yeah.
with Mr. Tip, you know what I'm saying? But you got your tip of your own though, you know? And I love that about you. That's why
That's what I'm
I
saying. I
played
ain't
your
even do that
track.
on purpose.
Right, right. That's why I played that track, True Colors. Take me through that process of making that song, because that was the introductory song. If you guys do not know, the song that we was listening to as we introduced this live broadcast on the Uncommon Report was none other than your brother right here, Mr. Gilo PaPi. Take us through that process, like what was going on, or what was in your mindset whenever you began to start creating this music, this track? Honest,
Man, first of
keep it
all,
1,000.
I was knee I was knee deep in the county. I was locked up in Dillon County. I ain't know when I was getting out. You know what I'm saying? Homies ain't answering the phone.
Mm-hmm.
People ain't coming through how they supposed to. You know, I had a lot to talk about. Females, they doing their thing because I ain't out here. You know what I'm saying? So it was a whole lot. Everything that was going on, I put it in
Mm-hmm.
True Colors. True
Right.
Colors and another track on the tape. Me shit, you know. But both of them, they came from being in the behind that wall and not knowing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just know I'm in here and stuff ain't how it's supposed to be right now. So put it down.
Right. Right. So, but see, that's actually a good thing though, because even though you was,
Yeah.
behind that wall in Dillon County or wherever the case may be, you used your mind to create something that's gonna bless other people.
Uh,
Cause like True Colors is one of my favorites off this new album, Shake Back Season. That's one of my favorites
yes,
because
sir.
it helps you to have an awareness about the people that you surround yourself with. If I call you my brother, if I
Yes,
call
sir.
you my friend, I call you my sister, and I'm in this situation that I really need your help, because I don't call for help. For one, you should know that. Like I'm not calling for your help if I feel
Yeah.
like I can handle this on my own. But if I ever call you and say, "Hey, I need that help," and you can't do nothing, like zero nada, nothing, then definitely you showing your true
Not
colors.
even just that. All right, it's a part of there. Part of there why I say your dog ain't even tripping. Just give him a little talk. Like it ain't even about money all the time. Went about money all the time. You know, it wasn't even just. It was other situations too. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes just pick up the phone when somebody want to talk. You know what I mean? You showing your true colors because ain't around. You feel me? Homeboys pillow talking to you, old ladies and all kind of stuff. You know, putting all kind of shit in the air. You feel me? So it's just true,
Right.
man. Everything was being shown.
Absolutely. And sometimes sometimes like the way I look at it is like God had to slow you down in a sense for you to even see it.
Yeah,
I must be talking right. I hear the train
I
moving.
feel that, man. You know I was
see,
told
see
that.
the train. See that train sound
You
that's
know I was
going on
told
right
that.
now. That's a signal for me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
so. Yeah, I must be talking
yeah.
right. But yeah, for real, and that's how God operate. I feel like sometimes if we ain't paying attention and listening to the things that are in front of us, He'll sit you down a little while. No matter if you're going to jail, no matter if something else happened, whatever this happened, you know what I'm saying? He'll sit you down, the zone into you and say, hey, let me show you something on this blueprint that I got. I'm the one created the blueprint. Pay attention. I'm trying to line you up for something great. You know what I'm saying? And
Already,
if we don't take heed, then we
already.
must endure the repercussions, you know what I'm saying, of us not taking heed. But whenever we take that heed
So,
and we step out there outside of the situation, even though we in the situation, once we step outside of that, to God be all the glory because that's what's gonna rain down on us.
so,
That's what's gonna rain down on us, bro.
yeah.
Absolutely. Let me ask you another question, man. Um, so when you go into the booth,
Already.
let's dive off into you going into the booth. How do you how do you approach, you know what I'm saying, what kind of sound you want to cultivate? What is it about certain beats that you gravitate towards to versus others? Because a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of drill music popping, you know what I'm saying, right now, and I don't even listen to the radio, but I hear, you know what I'm saying, here and
Yeah.
there, but like I think drill is it has a it's for its own kind. I'll say that. But how do you go into the studio and
Mm.
approach a session? Like, what is it about the beat that has to be there and for you to just spaz, not spaz in a bad way, but just go ham on it.
I know what you're saying. Man, shoot. When I find it, when I get it, we for it or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I, I'm already going into the studio ready. I ain't even, when I sit down and write my music, the same way I
Mm-hmm.
write it, the same way I say it, that's how I go to the studio. Cause I feel like
Right.
I've been doing it so long, like I know what I hear, I know what I sound like, I know what I want it to sound like. You know what I mean? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
already ready when I get in the booth. As far as that drill
Good.
music, I ain't even really with all that. You know what I mean? But
Right. Right.
I
I
just,
know that.
I just, it's a beat hit. If I hear a beat, feel it, I'm on it right then and there. And then if I have to sit back and wait on it for a few days or a little many weeks, I'm jump right
Mm-hmm.
back on it. And I'm gonna get it done because I already knew I wanted that when I heard it. You know what I'm saying? That's just, and however it make me feel, whichever way I feel when I hear it, whatever mode and mood I'm in, that's how it's gonna come out. That's what's gonna go on that paper.
Already. Already. Mr. Jenkins say, what's up, Tank? Shouts out to
What's
Michael
going on, Mike
Jenkins, you
Jink?
know what I'm saying?
What's happening, dog?
PD Sports Rap in the building tonight.
Yes, sir.
Giving a lot of inspiration to the
Already.
young athletes in the community of Marion County and beyond. But that's what's up, bro. That's what's up because not many people understand the sound that they have. And from me listening to you on these tracks, bro, you've cultivated your sound. You've definitely cultivated your sound. You know what it is that you want to get on, and you know what it is that I ain't even about to touch that because that ain't me. So I respect your authenticity
Yeah.
when it comes to the
Yes,
music,
sir.
man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. And
Got to.
stay in that straight and narrow. It ain't gonna lead you wrong. You're on the right path. You here? You know what I'm saying? We walk this
Yes,
common
sir.
ground together, big dog. For real, for real. Believe that one.
Agree.
Already. Hey, matter of fact, hey, I got to go back now that you just broadcasted. Tell them how you started the record label, man. Tell them how you started that.
Man, like I said, it was just something came to me, something I just created, something I made, man. One night I was sitting and I wrote down all my hashtags, everything I done came up with, and I was just like, it's
Mm-hmm.
time for something new. We gotta leave that other stuff that we was on, that we was doing back then. Came up with FCB. I don't know how, what way it was, how it came to me. I came up with it, hit the bros up about it. They was with it. I got it stamped. We just been that's what it been there since, man.
Keep working that faith, man. Cause it ain't led you wrong thus far. You got some of the number one
Yeah.
tracks around here in South Carolina. You see what I'm saying? So let's
Yes,
keep
sir, man.
going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep grinding, keep shining, keep grinding for real. First class bag. If you
Got
don't
to.
know about it, you'll hear about it. But by the time you hear about it, you're probably too
Hold on.
late. Already,
Yes,
already.
sir.
Mr. Conscious. Nice to meet you, sir. How you doing?
Doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Mr. Conscious, how you doing? How you doing?
Good, man.
Absolutely, man. It's been a long time coming for you too, as well, right?
Show, man. Long journey.
I'm telling you. So tell us, man. Tell us about this new upcoming project. Nice to meet you. Dive off into uh so that the people can understand the journey. Dive off into the ending of Spectrum, building up to here.
Okay. Well, the end of the spectrum was a pivotal point because I was questioning myself as an artist because I felt like people thought I could only do one thing, and I'm like, man, like I don't want them to put me in a box. So
Mm-hmm.
that was 2018. So 2019, I spent that whole year just kind of learning myself as an artist. A lot of time, I ain't gonna lie, I suffered through writer's block, but somehow I fought through that. 2020 came, I reached another little stumbling block with writer's block, and then I just started like praying. I'm like, God, you told me that this was for me. So why am I hitting this plateau? Like, why is this happening to me? And he just kind of reminded me like, just be patient. I'm about to do something. And I would always hear that. I'm like, what are you about to do? So I'm looking around like, okay, when it's gonna come? When it's gonna come? Months go by, and one day the producer just randomly hit me up and he was like, yo, I found you on Audio Mac, man. I heard one of your tracks and I want to work with you, bro. I want to build with you. And, he already had the sound that I really wanted. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is not the usual sound that they know me for. Let me try something different. And he sent me a pack and I was just trying stuff. And I don't know, it's like the writer's block just immediately went away and everything just started coming to me like it wasn't nothing. And so Nice to Meet You just kind of came, and it actually wasn't entitled Nice to Meet You. I didn't even really have a title for a while. Then I went through a transitional period where I had like a few titles, but it wasn't like a title that really settled in. So one day I was just driving. I was like, man, God, I need a title. Like I don't know what to call this. And he kind of just, I kind of saw like an image of myself. It was almost like I was being introduced to myself again. Like I the old me is gone and here's a new me and he's revealing it to me. And
A
so Nice to
rebirth.
Meet You. Yeah, basically. And it's like Nice to Meet You came about.
Okay. Nice to meet you. So you was basically telling yourself in a sense,
Yeah,
there's
it's like
more to this artist.
it's basically like I was telling myself, but at the same time, me being introduced to the world as well because I know some things about to happen, some things in the works. God already been revealing some more stuff to me that I know is like real close actually. And so it's kind of like just it has double meaning. I was meeting myself, but it's at the same time it's like I'm about to the rest of the world about to know who I am too.
I like the way that sound. I like the way that sound. Which brings me to this point though. Which brings me to this point. Let's dive off into this track, right?
Okay.
And I want you to after we play the chorus and you know the hook and whatnot, I want you to tell me. I'll ask the question and we'll go from there. Okay?
Okay.
Let's go into Advent.
This is what I live for. All I ever wanted, wasn't kill for. I can feel I'm real close. Think they running it, but I'm right at their heels though. Comfy in the throne like they gon' stay forever. But when it's all said and done, I'll be the greatest ever. Tell them that I'm coming. Tell them that I'm coming. Somebody better want them all. Tell them that I'm coming. Counting my list of rappers. I'm finna kill, no frontin', might even spit it backwards. Of us to their credit message for those with all that chitter chatter. About who's the GOAT, like that really matter. Everybody claiming it, but most these rap the same and ain't nobody changing it. It's all about the cloud and now to be a rapper's dangerous. They kill you for your chain, snatch your chain and then go dangle it. On live just for some fame, that's what your angle is, the thief's thing. But I can't worry about that now, I'm trying to reach dreams. Got a whole state that's on my back to show what we bring. I gotta wake these up cause they been sleeping. It's Carolina to the death. This is what I live for. All I ever wanted, what kill for. I can feel I'm real close. Think they running it, but I'm right at their heels though. Comfy in the throne like they gon' stay forever. But when it's all said and done, I'll be the greatest ever. Tell them that I'm coming. Tell them that I'm coming. Somebody better want them all. Tell them that I'm coming.
Hey, I can't give it to you all, but take us through this process because of this song that you created, the Advent. Let's dive off into this new project. Nice to meet you. Let's dive off into this song, Advent, because what you announced earlier correlates with what is getting ready to happen in a sense.
Mm-hmm. So with Advent, he sent me the beat. It didn't even have no drums on it, but it was that horn, that little horn thing that he got in there. It sounded alarming, like something was approaching or something. And so I just started mumbling the hook. I was just walking around the apartment just mumbling the hook. And I had that, and I was like, all right, let me go ahead and lay that down. I laid that down, sat back down, listened to the hook a couple of times, and I was like, what do I want to say? Like, what do I want to say to him? And it was basically like my warning shot, like just letting them know like I'm coming because I want the top spot, bro. Like I know we got the Kendricks, the Coles, and all these other people, but that don't really matter to me. Like I need the spot. Like I got to have it, and I'm gonna get it by any means. Like that is what it is. Like I've been doing this stuff for a long time, bro. Like night after night, writing, up late at night, you know, crying about this thing, sleeping in the car, performing in front of 2 people, going out of state, not even having food to get anything to eat with, no place to lay my head, you know, lost some people along the way doing this thing, just so much that I had to endure just dealing with it. Like even going through the times of not being able to record, having to go 4 years without recording and not being able to having access, but still willing to get up every day and write a rap every day or write a song every day because it's something that I wanted to do since I was like 4 years old. So that was just my warning, just letting the people that we deemed like at the highest level, like at the top, let them know like somebody new coming in. He ain't playing around.
I like the way you put that, man. Cause you literally you answered my next question. My next question was, what are some of the biggest challenges you face as an indie artist, and how do you overcome them?
Some of the biggest things, probably, I say the biggest thing really is sometimes just patience getting the best of me. Just kind of like, you know, seeing other people, they may rise, which I congratulate everybody, you know what I'm saying? and seeing certain people that, you know, may not do it the same way that I do, or do it in a way that I feel like is like real music, and it's like a lot of people take it as a joke. So I would see that and I'm like, dang, like how they get there, like what did they do so special? But then I had to realize the metrics of the game, like a lot of it is just like money and just people knowing people and all that stuff. So I didn't really trip on that too much. But another challenge was just believing in myself, just knowing that you are special. You do have something that people want to hear, because with the sound that I have, a lot of people, they run away from that because it's not marketed as much. So I had to deal with that. Sometimes I'll be in the booth. It's a lot of times where I'll have a song that's like something like an Advent, but I'll go and try to make something that sounds like everybody else, because it's like, man, this was winning now. But I would never feel right in my spirit. And I felt like that was God telling me, like, nah, you, of course, this not what I gave this gift to you for. And it would never work every time I would make that. So I was like, you know what, let me get back on course. The people that's for me, that's gonna hear my music, they're gonna come, they're gonna hear my music. So let me just keep doing what I'm doing. But those are the main two things. And of course, like just being from South Carolina, like Lay said, we don't really get those opportunities. Like we still have yet to have like that artist that reaches like that status. And we got people like, we got G-Lo, we got Lace, like we got a lot of people, bro, like that I see, and I know for a fact going to the top, man, it's gonna happen. Like it's gonna be a wave. It's for sure gonna be a wave, man. They're gonna hear about South Carolina real soon, like for real. But those were like the main challenges.
Go ahead, finish your statement.
But yeah, those are like the main challenges, just patience sometimes, and sometimes just, you know, having to believe in myself when I feel like nobody else did. And just going through the motions of, like, you know, not always having it, but having to go to a show, get there, it's only 2 people, you know, just that type of thing.
Right. And something that you said stuck out to me was about South Carolina, you know what I'm saying, being placed on the map. Regardless of who it is, to be honest with you, overall, whether it's you, whether it's Lace, whether it's G-Lo, whether it's Maestro, whether it's Focus, whether it's Nafi, whether it's an author, whoever it may be, and these are just some of our regional artists and local artists that's here in this state, right?
Yeah.
If you think about the history of South Carolina, and I ain't trying to dive off course. I ain't trying to dive off course at all, but we was the first ones to secede from the nation, and then the last ones to come back. So we're the first ones that has some of the dopest talent. This is what my perspective is on this. We are some of the first ones that have some of the dopest talent, But it seems like we're the last ones that get heard.
Yep.
Well, I don't know about your grandma, but my grandmother always would serve the cakes and the pies at the end. You know what I'm saying? To finish everything off, to make it complete. And I think that's what our state is going to do. We're going to bring that Southern sound, because literally we really are Mecca, but we're going to bring that Southern sound, and ain't nobody going to eat this type of a meal that they ain't never ate before.
No.
It's going to have some of the same ingredients that they may be accustomed to, but it's going to taste so delicious to them when this come out. You know what I'm saying? Because we are literally the last thing that's really prominent on the map. Think about it. We already got our New York, our Miamis, our Atlantas, our Houstons, our Calis, you know what I'm saying? All the prominent cities. But we got something down here in South Carolina called the swamp, the mud, you know what I'm saying? This PD region, the Grand Strand, the upstate, you know, we got something right here in the low country. Once they get a taste of all of this,
oh yeah,
man, they're gonna wish they been tapped in. They're gonna wish they been invested into this land, because we got the richest soil that there is right here in South Carolina, and that comes from a musical standpoint and a physical standpoint. That's, but I ain't going off into no science lesson. But yeah, we got the best that there is. Big facts. That's right, babe. That's right. Keeping up with C. If you ain't tapped in, tap into a channel, YouTube space. Keeping up with C. Lifestyle vlogs, food. We was just talking about that, cooking, you know what I'm saying? We whips it up over here and inspiration through the life checks. But yes, and even that, like even our content, some of the dopest content, it looked like it come from somewhere else, but it's from right here in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Seriously. So yeah, we got to really amp it up. It seems like we almost got to work 2 times as hard in order to make it to the same situation.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's
But
been like that
if that's the
forever.
yeah, if that's the case, I think they need to pay us 2 times as much as well, though. Don't that make sense?
Yeah, that's facts.
Honestly,
If we
do.
got to work two times as hard, they got to pay us. You know, it's 2 times the amount. But look, I got a few more questions for all of y'all. I got a few more questions for all of y'all. Um, Let me get this setting right real quick. So to everybody, this is for everybody, and whoever begin to talk first, we'll go ahead and relinquish the mic to them. What is it that you enjoy the most about being an indie artist, and what do you find rewarding about making music?
You know what? I
I'll
feel
ask
like
the question again. Okay, G-Lo got an answer. Let's go.
Yeah, I feel like the most rewarding thing I feel out of like I said, it ain't always the money, but it's definitely about the money. We gotta get us too. But I got little brothers and little cousins that's known for doing their music now. They doing shows and stuff, and without me having to be involved in it. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting bigger than just me. You know what I'm saying? But we still
I,
together.
so you saying that the inspiration and the motivation that you give off of you doing your craft helps others, and that's a blessing in return for you.
Yeah, cause now I can go to a show without having to rap. You know what I mean? I can do me. I can be in the crowd, be on the stage with them. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
don't that feel so good? We could just sit back and look.
Yeah, I ain't got. I could be the hype man this time. I ain't gotta. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So
Big
yeah,
facts.
I love to hear about them having a show, so I can pull up.
Okay, so the question still remains to what is it that you most enjoy about being an indie artist, and what do you find the most rewarding? Next up.
I feel like the most rewarding thing for me is when I have like a kid come up to me and be like, "Yo, excited to see me," and they're like, "Yo, I listen to music. My mom or my dad put me onto your music, and your music like is really healing." Like when people tell me how much my music heals them, that means more to me than anything because that's the whole sole purpose.
Half the time they
Mm,
putting their parents on.
For sure.
right.
For
But look,
real.
he said the parents put him on though. Them
Hmm.
on,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah.
that's a vice versa. I think the energy exchange is there. Lace.
Okay, and ask your question one more time now.
The question is, what do you enjoy most about being an indie artist, and what do you find most rewarding about making music?
Um, I enjoy the fact that I'm doing all of this on my own. And when I say on my own, by no means, it's nothing to boast, nothing to brag. But it's just I've
Hmm.
been working so long and so hard as a woman doing this. Like when I say doing this, I'm talking about all that music y'all hear, that I put out. That's me. Like I'm the one that's in this right here, and I'm making all this magic happen. I don't have to worry about I gotta wait on the engineer, wait on the producer. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm able
Hmm.
to work on my own time, my own speed, put it out there. And it's hard because a lot of people be having teams of people. I'm doing all this on my own. I would say the most rewarding thing is to look back and see and hear where I first started at when I first started, releasing music and I wasn't confident in myself, doubt myself a lot like Conscious was talking about. I doubted myself a lot to all the way work fast forward to now to I can walk places and I got people like saying my lyrics. Like they posting them mouthing my lyrics, and that was something I always wanted to see people do at some point, you know. And I'd be having people like legit post clips of them saying the words to the song. Like I know I got people. My best friend, like one of my coworkers, my best friend, she knows the lyrics to like all my stuff, and that's so lit. And like now, you know, we got somebody else that just joined from Texas, like a new fan, and she, you know what I'm saying, she's like in there constantly, like tuned in, like even with the guy that I just collaborate on, Miss Parker, Eric Robinson, constantly tuned in. So it's like it's rewarding. I feel for all of us. I think we can all say when we gain more people that, you know what I'm saying, rock with our tunes, rock with our artistry. Because you know what I'm saying, it can get rough out here. It gets hard for us. We be trying to press forward, you know. So it's like I'm very appreciative of that kind of stuff because it gets very, very hard. So growth.
Yes, it
If I have
does.
to say one word, growth.
Mm. So you like the reward in the growth aspect,
In the what aspect?
the growth aspect.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. My next question, and we'll probably wrap it up with this one. How have you grown and evolved as an artist over time? And what do you see as your biggest accomplishments to date?
I feel like for me, versatility, showing more of my versatility in my music, showing people that I'm not just one way. I can really do pretty much anything really with it, like as long as I feel it. And I think my biggest accomplishment to date, probably I would say this project for sure, because I gained like a lot of recognition from this project. The love was like immense. Like so many people, like Lay said, was hitting me up, like sending me videos of them mouthing my lyrics, and that was the first for me. I'm like, yo, like you really know my words, and just being able to like kick it with like Dreamville and a lot of their reps that week, the day that my album dropped, like that was crazy. And then when I went into the booth, like I don't know, I just kind of blacked out when I looked and saw who was watching me. I was like, okay, I did my thing for sure, and I know that they was watching. So
Show that.
G-Lo, talk to him.
Ask the question one more time.
The question is, how have you grown and evolved as an artist? And over time, what do you see as your biggest accomplishment about in the music?
I'm gonna start with the biggest accomplishment. I feel like I said, people notice, people know, you know, and it ain't just me no more. Like this is getting bigger than me. People know me for this. Like I just don't know. They know me. They know what's going on. They know what I stand for. They know what I'm doing it for. They know what I do. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like that's a compliment to me. Like, yeah, we still got the grind and put in that work all the time,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like, they know, they already expecting me too. Like when I get on this, they expecting it to be G-Lo. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right,
I got and it's not a hard thing for me. That's why I feel like I grew at too. It's not even. It's difficult sometimes. Like when I did the track with Conscious, you know what I mean. But I felt the vibe. You know what I'm saying. I had to sit
right.
back on that and come back to it. But when I came back, I did my thing. You know what I'm saying. So I feel like that's where I feel like I grew at. I know now that I know what they expect, and I know what they expect of myself. Like I already know I got to do me every time I do it.
Absolute, absolute, man. And the thing about it is, it sounds like you was hit with a challenge in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I love that. You know what I'm
But the
saying?
challenge wasn't to defeat you. The challenge was to build you.
Yeah.
You put iron in the weight room, right?
Yes, sir. Before, yeah, I have before.
you, you still do, but it's a different type of weight room, though.
Oh
You see
yeah.
what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
a different type of weight room. And when you go in the weight room, let's say a person weigh 150 to 200 pounds, right?
Yeah.
But they can bench press 200 pounds, 250 easy.
Yeah.
They putting on resistance. And I've used this analogy before. They putting on resistance. Even though they don't weigh this much, they putting on more resistance than even the amounts that they weigh. in order to get stronger, in order to build stamina. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So these things that happen in this world, they for a reason.
For sure.
And if you have that kind of perspective that the weight room is to build you and to grow you, you will be.
Already.
You're gonna grow. You're gonna get stronger. Marvin Sapp said you're gonna get wiser. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All those things gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the challenge ain't to defeat you; it's to build you, and that's the way I look at them when they come. I got one more question for everybody before we tune out. One more question.
How you? Hold on, man. You cheating, man.
No, Lace. You kind of you actually gave yours at
All
the
right, bet.
end. That's why
Bet.
come on. You making me politicize right now, and I don't like to
Yeah, crazy.
politicize on camera.
Bet.
But look, I do have one question. I do have this other question, and we'll start with Lace. Since she jumped the gun a little bit. What can fans expect from you in the future? And what are your plans for your upcoming music releases?
Okay, ask that question again. It was kind of breaking up.
What can fans expect from you in the near future? And what are your plans for your upcoming releases? Tours,
Everybody can
you know what I'm saying? All of that.
everybody can expect, for starters, dropping midnight tonight. Y'all get a sneak peek of just one of the songs off of Physical Education Part 2. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's something that's in the near future. Followed by Performance Thursday at Vibes 8.3 and album dropping Friday. So that's in the near future. And just more dope music. This right here is actually the 4th installment of albums this year so far. I've dropped 4.
This year.
This year since January.
This year.
Since January. I'm on go mode, man. I'm on go mode.
Yeah, we built like that.
Say it again.
I say, yeah, we built like that.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of people don't know, but you know, I'm on go mode because actually last April I was in a really bad car accident. So for about almost 2 months or so, probably about 2 months, I was in recovery mode, and I literally was crying because I could not think of what to write. I literally went blank. I wanted to do work, and I couldn't even physically get up to sit in here to do this kind of work. So when I got back well, I was like, oh, it's go mode. It was like I'm out of writer's block, like on a milli. Like I'm on a Xanax type junk. Like I'm on this, putting this junk out. So when it comes to these next projects I'm finna drop, let's just say I got a lot more already made. I got projects already set aside, finalized, just waiting to push them out on the dates. So I'm coming for the industry's neck right about now. That's why it's Team Lace in Hand, aka the song Bully. Because I'm bullying anything I get on. I don't care if I'm featured on it.
Somebody better want them all. Tell them that we coming.
You know what?
I love
What'd you say?
I said, somebody better want them all. Tell them that we coming.
Hey, for real. Tell them that I'm coming. That song, that's what Conscious whole album. I probably know every song on that album. Legit, like constantly playing it in the classroom with my kids and all that work. I'm telling you, so like we all coming for everybody neck in the industry. Not even no disrespectful stuff. It's just straight up, we hungry. It's our time from South Carolina.
That comes from knowing what we have, though. And the respect ain't being validated in a sense. So Tupac said it best. Like, we gonna come with the kumbaya first. All right. Then we gonna ask, all right, cool. After that, ain't no more asking. We kicking your door down.
Yep.
So that been the move.
We kicking your door down. So be still. We moving. For real. Believe that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't want to let us in
Um,
when we gave you opportunity to let us in. Nah, your door next. Your door is next. Your earlobe is next. Your earlobe is next. Your earlobe is next. We coming for everybody. Believe that. And when you hear, you're gonna be wondering why did you wait so long in order to be intertwined and in tune to what it is that we're doing.
So
but you know something? Just to say something off what you just said, a lot of people will go along the lines of saying like, "Oh, they coming for spots, people's spots that's in the industry already." We not even coming for nobody's spots that's in the industry. We going above the spots. We creating our own spot. Ain't nobody like none of us on this camera right now.
so
Every single one of
You
us
better
like
talk
that.
that
We
talk.
not
You better talk that
Conscious, not
talk.
no Kendrick Lamar. Conscious ain't he not J. Cole. Conscious is conscious.
That's
G-Lo
your
is
talk.
G-Lo. Lace the hands is lace the hands. We ain't coming for nobody's
Right.
spot. We going above and beyond everybody's spot. Cause
Big
we from
fact.
South Carolina. Like
Big fact.
it's that time.
but
It's time to be humble.
Tamara say facts on that. Let's go.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
For real, for real. Man, this has been a blessing. This has been a blessing. This has definitely been a blessing. Um, we getting ready to wrap it up because the energy is still good right now. We want to leave you guys on a good note. This is your boy Kevin Mullins. I wrote the Most High with the Common Ground and the Uncommon Report podcast. If you don't know, then you need to know about this Thursday. This Thursday, May the 11th, we will present to you ourselves. So nice to meet you. Listening party featuring Conscious, Lace the Hands, G-Lo PaPi.
hold on.
These are some of Carolina's hidden gems. I'm just grateful I get a chance to, you know what I'm saying, put my shovel in the soil and dig them up a little bit. But we will be at Vibes 843, and that is located on 104 West Kansas Street, Florence, South Carolina. If you don't know about it, you need to get to know about it because it's a dope spot. They got food, they got drinks, they got artistry, and we coming in full force. So be still, everything else. Be still. We moving into this new direction. Nice to meet you guys. I love you, and we out. Because if you don't know, then you need to know that Common Ground is growing up.
One mic at a time.
Time, baby. Thank you, guys. This is the Uncommon Report, wrapping it up. Episode 16 with Lace the Hands, G-Lo PaPi, and my God, Conscious. Thank you. We out.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all.
So